Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about candidate key. In our previous video we have seen about the super key. So with that super key we are going to learn about this candidate key. Okay. Candidate key is nothing but a minimal super key is called as a candidate key, or else a set of minimal attributes that can identify each tuple uniquely in the given relation is called as a candidate key. Don't get confused. It's a candidate key is a super key, but a minimal super key. See, look at this word. It is a minimal super key. We have seen in a super key all the keys that are present in the table is called as a super key, because with the combination of any two attributes we can able to fetch the data from the table, right? So candidate key means it is a minimal super key. Minimal in the sense there will be a restriction, right? In super key we have seen that all the attributes which are present in the which are present in the table is called as a super key, but here we have some restrictions on that side, okay? Or else we can say that it is a minimal attributes that can identify each tuple uniquely. That is a basic basic aim of using the key, that is identifying each tuple uniquely. So that is a main ultra aim of using the key. But here we are using the minimal attributes, that number of attributes that will be restricted. So just take an example, whatever we have seen in the super key, the same example we can take. But before that I will tell this, then I'll go in that example. So consider the following statement: schema. Schema, what is meant by schema? It is a table definition. So here we have used a student table, but here roll number, that is called as ID, name, sex, age, address, class, as well as the section. So given below are the examples of candidate keys. Since each set consists of minimal attributes requested to identify each student uniquely in the student table. So with the help of class, section, roll, we can able to fetch the data uniquely. Roll number in the sense it is a student ID, right? With the help of student ID, class and section, yes, definitely we will get a unique tuple from the table if we are using this condition. As well as name and address, it will not be same for two person, right? Name will be same in some situations, the name will be same, but address, everybody will have a unique address, right? So definitely with a combination of name and address we can be able to get the data in a unique way, right? So if you have seen the same example which we have discussed in super key, let's see that this is the table which we have discussed in the super key, right? So the same example we are going to use for this candidate key also. Look at this table. Here we have said all the attributes are called as a super key, because with the combination of any 2 or 3 we can able to get the data uniquely. Here in this candidate key we can take this student ID as well as the same student ID and mobile number. Student mobile number, that also will be a unique one, and student ID also will be a unique one, right? Two person will not be sharing the same mobile number, so that also will be unique, and this also will be unique. So this both are called as a candidate key, okay? Student ID as well as mobile number. And we have some conditions for this candidate key, okay? Removing any attribute from the candidate key fails in identifying each tuple uniquely. If you remove any attribute from the candidate key, for example, if you removed this name, if you remove this name from that candidate, so just take mobile number and student ID is the candidate keys, right? So if you remove the mobile number, there will be a lag. There will be a lag in fetching the data. As well as if you remove student ID, definitely we will not be getting the unique address, because here also Banu is there, here also Banu is there. See, look at here, both age also same. So definitely there will be some confusion in it, right? And the value of candidate key must always be unique. If you are taking attribute as a candidate key, for example, if you are taking this student ID as a candidate key, this student ID should have a unique values. This should not be same. Unique means it is a different, right? Not same. So the candidate key values must be unique. Okay, and here also look at here mobile number. This also will not be the same. This is a unique value. Each person have a different mobile number. So always if you are considering one attribute as a candidate key, it should have a unique value. See, look at this name. This is not a candidate key. Why? Because Banu is repeatedly coming, right? So here the values are not unique. So this is not the candidate key. This is not the candidate key. Name is not the candidate key, as well as the age. Look at the age. These two persons are sharing the same age, and this two person comes under the same age. So this also will not be a candidate key. So now tell me, what are all the candidate keys? Candidate keys of this table. Okay, candidate keys of this table will be student ID as well as the mobile number. Okay, so these two are the candidate keys of this table. Okay, so candidate keys must always be unique. This will not be a duplicate value or repeated values. Okay, candidate keys must have a unique value, and the value of candidate key will never be null. What is the meaning of null? Empty. It should not be empty. Okay, all the candidate keys, if you consider attribute as a candidate key, it should not be a null value. Null value means there will be no value in that. So always it should be it should not be null. And the next condition, it is possible to have multiple candidate keys in the relation. There will be a group of not a group of multiple candidate keys will be there. More than one key will be considered as a candidate key. For example, if you take this example, this relation, here we have two candidate keys. One is a student ID and another one is a mobile number. So there is a possibility is there. Okay, we may get more than one key as a candidate key in a relation. And next one is those attributes which appears in some candidate key are called as a prime attributes. Some keys will be called as a prime attributes, which means it will be a very necessary one and very important one, that is called as a prime attributes, that we will be discussing detail in primary key. Okay, so that's all about candidate key. Candidate key is a group of attributes. It is not a group of attributes. That minimal set of super key is called as a candidate key. Super key, that whatever attributes present in the table is called as a super key. But if you are talking about the candidate key, it is a minimal set of super key, right? And the conditions, it should be unique. Candidate key should be unique, and it should it never be null. These are all the conditions of candidate key. And in this table we have seen that two candidate keys are there. One is a student ID as well as a mobile number. One more point we have discussed in the candidate key, that is removing any attribute from the candidate key fails in identifying each tuple uniquely. For example, here we have student ID and mobile number as a candidate key, right? If you remove student ID, definitely we will not get the unique tuple from the data, right, from the table. As well as if you remove this mobile number, sometimes it may lead a problem for fetching the data. So it should not be removed. Okay, that also a condition. So I hope you all get a clear knowledge on candidate key. So in our next video we are going to discuss about primary key. If you have any confusion in this, kindly watch the video again and again, then you may get the clear knowledge on this. Thanks for watching. Thank you.